Hey everyone, Sebastian here, and this is episode 14 of me learning game development.
Hello.
And let's just get right into it. It is late because I worked late, so made it. I made it just in time before it becomes the 13th of July. But let's just continue. Let's just get it. So I have my thing open. I have my Unity project open here. And, the errors are there. The startup errors are here. That's how I know the world hasn't ended. All right. The startup errors, the startup errors, my beloved. You know that meme? Whatever. It doesn't matter. Okay, we got, uh, wait a second. Wait a second. Wait, I don't need the collider. That Yeah. So this collider doesn't even need to be here. This is like I can just delete it actually. Actually, if I delete it, let me just double check what's gonna happen. Nothing. Nothing. Okay, cool. Yeah, so this is prob keeping these here are probably uh yeah, and like what happens if I delete this? What happens if I like just delete this? Nothing. Okay. Sure. Did he just create empty game objects for this? I forget. Yeah, there are probably a lot of things that I could do to um, save on computation. Ooh. Yeah, that I could save on, computer resources or that I could do for optimization. But I'm just not going to worry about it right now, besides deleting the mesh renderer for all of these things. Oh, actually, let me undo that. And now I have to do this here. Now I can just do that and do that. Nice. Capsule mesh filter. I don't know what that is. That's fine though. So can I just do this and delete the mesh render from all of them at the same time? Wow, that actually is pretty good. Nice. So this one, I can still see the little capsule in there, but it's just not going to have a mesh render. Nice. Okay, pretty good. Yeah, just bam and bam and bam. Yep, and bam. Easy. That was kind of unnecessary, but it's okay. Like, I didn't have to do that, but why not? Why not? Um, okay, next order of business. I haven't opened Visual Studio yet. Um, I don't understand why these have like icons, but this doesn't. It doesn't matter. Okay, open Visual Studio. Today I'm going to try and have the whatchamacallit get destroyed. Gonna try and have the enemy, or sorry, the player get destroyed when the light hits it. When the enemy lights hit it. So I will try that.
The view distance, and you can see this large. The third being the player line of sight to the player obstructed by an obstacle.
Yeah,
The view
so
distance. The second being is the player within the view angle, and the third being is the line of sight to the player.
I don't actually know how to do that. So maybe I do a draw line kind of thing. Um, I remember he did something in this one. Yeah.
Building your online business?
Stop.
Go to
Stop,
Wix.com.
bro.
Oh,
So he did a thing like
I'll simply call
this.
this test, and I'll assign this test layer 12-second cube. And let's now start up the game. So you can see the raycast doesn't interact with it now, but if we change our mask to accept the test layer, then all of a sudden it does. We call this structure, and as is a layer mask. So let's create a layer mask variable called mask. I'm just going to make this public so it shows up in the inspector, and we'll pass this in as our fourth parameter. All right, let's save that and go into Unity. I'm just going to make this public so it shows up in the inspector.
If hmm. Yeah. So I'm thinking I do a raycast thing. I do a raycast. Would I be able to get the transform of the player here? So I can get the transform of yes, I can. Actually, I can get the transform of the player because I can get the transform of the whatchamacallit. I can get the transform of the plane. So I could just do one of these here. This is a game object. So I would have to do transform.gameObject.find of the thing. Yep, I mean that should work. Yeah. Yeah, I can do that. Yeah. Uh, yeah, I can do that. So should I draw a ray from the enemy or should I draw a ray from the player? Honestly, I should. What would be easier here? Yeah, I think. Uh, yeah, I think it would just be easier to do the enemy thing. That's fine. Like I can just do. What is it? I can just do this. I can just do like one of these things, right? Destroy dot. What? Oh, no, no. I can just do what is it? Game object dot find, and then I can do player, right? Is that it? Player dot destroy. Destroy. What? Destroy, destroy. Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Float? Why is there a float? What? Why is there a float? What? I don't think. Whatever. Yeah, you could just do game object dot find then player, I think, right? Beautiful. So if I do that, then since there's only one player, then it just kills it right away, right? Nice. Okay. Nice. Yeah, so we got if um fudge, how do I actually do this? I feel like I don't even need a flashlight variable here. Right? Am I like tripping here? View angle. View angle. And he set the
Structure,
flashlight
and we'll pass this in as our fourth. Hello, I'd like to start
he set the
the
flashlight
to
to spot to angle. Okay. Okay, okay. Yeah, I feel like I don't even need this. Yeah, I feel like that is just a waste of a like that's just doesn't make sense. That this is enough to write out. Like you don't need a view angle thing here. You don't need a view angle variable. Okay. So we got if fudge. We got All right, I'm just gonna do okay, excuse me, sorry. Uh Game object. Am I gonna do game object? Sure, game object. I mean, the easiest thing to do would be to just make it public, so I don't have to find it, right? Like, huh, hmm. Like, I could find it, but it honestly doesn't make a difference. I'm pretty sure it doesn't make a difference. So if I do public game object, play, player, and then yeah, okay, and then I just put this on the, um, oh, nice. I can actually do that. Nice. What? The fudge? What? Okay. What? I guess I can just do this. Assets. Scene. Oh, I guess that doesn't work. Never mind. Um, so yeah, never mind. I actually do have to do it the way I thought I should do it. Okay, we got uh, player equals game object dot find player. That's the easiest thing to do there. Okay, then we got uh is there an on collision? Can I do a collision? Wait, can I actually do no, no I can't. Because collisions require a rigid body? Right? Yeah, I don't think it would work. Okay, how do I do this? I feel like this should be relatively easy, right? Okay, we got if yeah, if oh, player tag? Do I have to do a player tag?
Hello, over the next few episodes, we're going to be working on. Hello, I'd like to start this video by quickly close out of that and go back into the script and explore some of it. Rotate this, you can see the array updates, and of course, most interestingly, when we rotate this so it's facing the other cube, then feel this. If we wanted to restrict it to 100 units, we could add a third parameter here, max distance, and set that to 100. Let's now save this and go into Unity and press play. So you can see a green line to 100. Let's now save. If we wanted to go into rotate this, you can see the array up and press third parameter here, max distance, and set that to 100. Let's now save this and go into Unity and press play. So you can see a green line shooting out for 100 units there. And if we rotate this, you can see the array updates. And of course, most interestingly, when we rotate this so it's facing the other cube, then the line turns red and ends at the hit point. All right, let's close out of that and go back into the script. Add to array.origin, go on forever. I'll direct if you see the debug logic up to the box line, so which I'm going to attach to the first cube and then open up. And then I'll also create a new C# script called test1. So we'll start a vector3 direct. Then we won't it's a something at which array origin in a and then add in now add a press play.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm supposed to do. I think. Yeah, okay. So then I just say if... Oh, fudge. Wait, this might be a little more difficult than I thought. Relative... How do I do relative, like, distant, like... How do I do relative, um... Relative coordinates? Relative position? How do I do that, actually? I could do it some wonky way for sure. Yeah, I could do it some wonky way for sure. Actually, do I have to do it that way? Fudge. Do I actually have to do it that way? Magnitude. Pythagorean. So I'm gonna have to do a Pythagorean theorem type beat here, type beat. Or am I? Yeah. Uh, A squared plus B squared equals C squared. You know what? I'm just gonna do distance from player, and then I'm just going to do um, distance from player equals. This is gonna be so convoluted here. Actually, now that I think about it, is it? Is this actually how I'm supposed to do it? How do I do names? Um, yeah, okay. A squared plus B squared equals C squared dot square root. Oh, no, no, no. Is this what I think it is? One. Oh, fudge, it is. Nice. Okay. Um, sure. X and Z, so it's gonna be X and Z. This is gonna be so convoluted, bro. Um, I'm gonna have to do an absolute value here. This might be completely wrong, now that I'm thinking about it. Oh, 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 no, no, no. Okay. I need to do minus, but what if it's, okay. Here's the thing. What if it's negative? Is there a relative local position? Oh, I think that's actually a lot easier. Position of the transform relative to the parent transform. Yeah, I think that's a lot easier, actually. But how do I do local position? How does that help me, though? I actually don't think that helps me now that I'm thinking about it. Can I not? Can I not? Is there not like a... Oh, maybe I have to draw the ray first? Oh, that would be helpful. That would actually be helpful. Raycast. Yeah, I have to do some stuff here.
This method call with an if statement, like so. And in here we can of course have the logic for what should happen when the ray hits something. Now, for our purposes, let's just make it draw a line from the ray origin to the hit point, so we can use... Hello, in this episode we're going to be taking a look at raycasting. The Unity documentation describes it...
Yeah, so I don't even need to do a... Yeah, I can like kill two birds with one stone here.
Very well. A raycast is conceptually like a laser beam that is fired from a point in space along a particular direction. Any object making contact with the beam can be detected and reported. I'll give 3 common examples of where this technique is useful, although it does of course have many more applications. So in a strategy game, you might want to be able to place objects on the terrain. To do this, you have a version in the direction, but the implementations are slightly different. So we're going to take a look at them both, starting with the 3D version. Alright, so I have an empty scene here in Unity, and I'm going to start off by creating a new cube object, which I'm going to duplicate and move to somewhere else in the scene. And then I'll also create a new C# script called test1, which I'm going to attach to the first cube and then open up. Now, inside of the update method, we can have our raycast code. So we'll start by constructing a new ray, which we can just call ray, set this equal to new ray, and the constructor takes in a vector-free origin and a vector-free direction. So let's apply it with the position of the object to which the script is attached, as well as the forward direction of that object. Then to store information about the raycast collision, assuming that it hit something, we'll have a raycast hit variable, which we'll call hitinfo, and we won't set this to anything because it will be passed of the object to which the script is attached, as well as the forward direction of that object. Then to store information about the raycast collision, assuming that it hit something, we'll have a raycast hit variable, which I'll call hitinfo, and we won't set this to anything because it will be the responsibility of the raycast method.
What? There's a raycast hit variable, bro? What?
To actually assign to that variable. Now, if we hover over raycast hit, we won't set this to anything because it will be the responsibility of the raycast method to actually assign to that variable. Now, if we hover over raycast hit, we see the responsibility of raycast hit variable, which I'll call hitinfo, and we won't set this to anything because it will be the responsibility of the raycast method to actually assign to that variable. Now, if we hover over raycast hit, we can see that it's a struct, which means that it's a value type. So if we want the raycast method to be able to assign to hitinfo, hopefully recall from last episode that means we're going to be using the out keyword. So we'll see that coming up soon. But first of all, the raycast method is a static method inside of the physics class. So we call that with physics.raycast, a static method inside of the physics class keyword. So we'll see that coming up soon. But first of all, the raycast method is a static method inside of the physics class. So we call that with physics.raycast. And as you can see from this little box here, the method returns a bool, so true if the ray hits something and false if it doesn't. And we can also see that this method accepts a variety of different parameters. If we just go through these all, you can see there are 16 variations. We'll use one of the simpler versions, just passing in ray, and then using the out keyword to give it our hitinfo variable. All right, now we want to know if our ray actually hit something or not, so it's quite common to surround this method call with an if statement, like so. And in here, we then of course have the logic for what should happen when the ray hits something. Now, to give it our hitinfo variable, just passing in ray and then using the out keyword to give it our hitinfo variable.
Do I actually have to do this? Sure. Um, what does this do? Direction. Yeah, so can I just do player dot position? All right, player dot transform dot position. Can I do that? Is that legal? Firstly, I just want to see if it actually does it here. Okay, I don't know what the fudge this is. I don't know what's going on here.
The logic, let's use ray.origin.
Ooh, okay, I see. Yeah, I see. I see. A detector. Sure. Do I have to do a color? Do I have to? Sure. Now let's see how horribly wrong this is going. This is gonna go. That is not even close to what I wanted to do. Why is it going to 0, 0? Someone texted me. Who was it? Oh. Nothing to worry about. Hmm. Plus one overload. Plus one overload. And what does this do? Dot? Nothing. No. What is the other one? Okay, what's the overload? What is the overload? I forgot. I used to do that all the time. I used to make my voice go like this all the time because I thought it was funny. Ah. Um, yeah, I used to do that all the time, and then I stopped. Uh, let me think here. If I just do this, what is it gonna do? What am I gonna do? Okay. What the f- So it's working now? Why wasn't it working before? Why why wasn't it working before? Hit info. Hit info. Hit info.
as our starting point and hitInfo.point as the end position. And as a third optional parameter, we can also add in a color, so I'll just use color.red. Let's then
Hmm. Yeah, I'm confused. The direction of the ray. The direction of the ray. The direction of the ray. And they all go to 0, 0. Why? Why is that? That's not the direction. That is not the direction. That's not it. That's not what I put in there. That's not what I put in there. Hmm. Hmm. What? That doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense. What? Oh, fudge. That's not what I meant to do. This would F up many things if I clicked on something. What? Whoa. Whoa, bro. What is going on? At origin, a long direction. At origin, a long direction. A long direction. A long. Uh, I'm so confused. Forward should be working. Like, this should be working. But it's not. Like, it still just goes back to around 0, 0. I'm just so confused right now. I'm so confused. What the fu- That is not. What? Am I doing something wrong? Start, end. Hit info dot point. Hit info. Raycast hit. Raycast hit. Raycast hit. I'm so confused. Do I have to do it his way? Really? Out? What? Okay. I'm guessing I don't even need this. What the f- It's like this is a secret fudging thing. It doesn't even auto show, like it doesn't even, what the fudge is it called? It doesn't even autofill. It doesn't even autofill it. Okay. Okay, was that it actually? Oh, and I hit, literally, that's why that has to be there. That's why this has to be here. Brr, brr, brr. Like, do I actually have to fudging copy everything he does just to have a functional program here? So dumb. ISP. I swear, if this works, bro, this engine sucks. If this actually works, this engine sucks. Nice. But why? But why? Is it working? No, it's not working. It's not even working. Yeah, it's not even working. Like, am I doing something wrong? Seriously? Please? Please work. Please work. Please work. Please work. Please work. Okay. That's working better, but still not well. Okay, so what? Why doesn't this work? Why doesn't this work? Yeah, okay. Um, like if I do ray, it works. And I'm pretty sure it updates too. Does it update? No. What? Wait, is it updating? No. Not at all. It's not updating at all. Like, does this have to be here, really? Does this seriously have to be here? No shot. No shot. It has to be here. Wait, what? I'm confused. Hmm. So this is positive x. Yes. That's far better. That's much better. Fog? I don't even have fog. I have none of those. Nice. Uh, Actually, this seems better at 90. Why isn't it at 90? This makes no difference if it's at 0. And the scale doesn't matter either. which is great. Um, hmm. Hmm, hmm, hmm. Do I give up? Yeah, I mean, I kind of need to go to bed, but let me just try a little more here. I don't think this matters, actually. Hmm. Mm, and that still doesn't work. Local. Wait, what? Oh yeah, I'll just do that. I am so confused. I'm so confused. I'm so unbelievably confused. It's unreal. Like this. What? Like, this is not working, bro. Like, this is just not working.
And add an else statement.
Like, is my game just bugged? Is my game actually just bugged? No, I know there's something. So, vector 3 dot 0. Surely, I mean, okay. Vector 3 dot up times, I don't know, 20. Please, please do something different, please. What is happening? What is happening, bro? I don't understand what's going on. Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. If I do this, it's gonna be different. So why is it different? Why is it different? Like, I'm so I'm so confused, bro. Like, do I even need to make a ray, bro? Um, like, I'm so confused. Direction? It's a vector 3 direction? Like, it is just not behaving how I think it should be behaving. You know? Do you know what I mean? Transform dot forward. Transform dot forward. You know, I'm just gonna copy what he has here. And if it doesn't work, then that means something is horribly bugged. Like, did I F something up here? $64? What? Like, I can't delete this. Yeah, I can't even edit this. So that's not it. Right. Yeah, I'm confused. Yeah, like, that doesn't do anything. Okay, I'm just gonna copy his code. And if it doesn't work as anticipated, then I'm pretty sure my engine's bugged. Right, raycast hit, hit info. If physics dot raycast player detector, player detector. And do this here. Right. Didn't I already do this? Like, didn't I already try this? And it like didn't work? Didn't I already try this? No. Except it's just a complete, it's just a certain distance for some reason. Dot hit info. Why is it stopping at a certain point? Oh, because no, that doesn't make sense, actually. Or does it? It does. It does. It does make sense. Nice. Great. Now, if I do player dot transform dot position, now what's gonna happen? just completely bugs out. Why? Why does it completely bug out? Uh-huh. Yep. Nice. So if I go down here, yep. Nice. So how am I moving over this? Oh, it's just bugging the fudge out. Nice. That's cool. What is this? What is this? What is this do here? None of that should be happening. None of that should be happening. None of it. None of that should be happening. Like, None of that should be happening. What the f- Like, this works perfectly. This works perfectly, bro. This is what I want. I want this. Okay? Now I just want the ray to be... Okay, can you stop? Like, I just want the ray to be this. I just want the ray cast to be this. Like, this is what I want the ray cast to be. And it's just not working. Like, it's just not working. It's just not working. Bro, like, I'm just so confused. I'm so confused. I'm so confused, bro. Direction. How do I make it go in the direction of the player? I don't know, bro. I don't know. I mean, it's just... I'm clueless. I'm clueless.
Hello, I'd like to start this video by
I guess I'll just see what the fudge he does here.
just of the guard's forward direction, the actual distance that the more accurate. I'm also going to reduce the range to about 13. Let's see for the light, and then so we can just draw a line using gizmos. So I'm just going to quickly set gizmos.color equal to in the direction onto Unity, and on the guard we can now apply the spotlight and increase the view distance, and you can see this red line being drawn here, and I'd say that at about 10, that's where the light is still very clearly visible, so I'll use that as my actual view distance for the moment. Okay, so this being the line of sight to the cloud form by an obstacle. Okay, so I'm going to start out by adding the player tag to the player object, and I'll use this in the guard script to get a reference to the player transform. So I'll create transform player, and then in the start method, I can say player is equal to gameObject.find gameObject with tag, passing in player, and then get the transform component of that game object. All right, and I'm going to create a method that returns a bool called canSeePlayer.
Sure.
And the first thing I'm going to check is if the distance, so vector3.distance between the guard's position and the player's position is less than the view distance.
Bro. Alright. I knew there was an easier way. I knew it. I knew it. Right. Sure. Okay. How is that forward? How is that forward? What did I do this wrong? No, no, I didn't. So the forward vector? That doesn't make any sense. What? It's not right. That's not forward. I'm so confused. Okay, never mind. Transform, not for not. I'm fetching trolling. I'm trolling. Obviously, I could just paused. I'm actually trolling. Yeah, I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say. Okay, let's see. 1, 2, 4, 5. 10 seems like a bit too much. 5 seems like maybe a bit too much too. 4, 5. I'm just gonna, yeah. I'll just do 4. That's Okay, I'll just do 5. That's 5, final number. And vector 3 and transform dot rotation. No, it's probably gonna be something else super stupid easy. Linearly interpolates between 2 points. I'm gonna try angle. I have no clue.
Distance. Now, of course, if you wanted to optimize this a tiny bit, you could compare the square distances instead, since that's a tiny bit faster, but we won't worry about that for now.
What?
So having passed this first check, we want to see if the
Sure.
angle between the guard's forward direction and the direction to the player is within the view angle. So let's say vector.
That's not. What? Oh.
Direction and the direction to the player is within the view angle.
That's not the guard's forward direction. This is the guard's forward direction.
So let's say vector 3, direction to player, is equal to player.position minus transform.position dot normalized. And then we can say float angle between guard and player is equal to vector 3 dot angle between the guard's forward direction and the direction to the player. Okay.
What? don't get that. I don't get that. I don't get that. I don't get that. I don't get that. Uh, what? Why isn't he doing new factor 3? What? What? I'm so confused. Perfect. How does that work? What?
You could and then we can say float.
Oh. Yeah, this actually can be. This actually can be a transform. Never mind. It's not what I meant to do. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I don't get that.
Float angle between guard and player is equal to vector3.angle between the guard's forward direction and the direction to the player. Okay, so that will just return the smallest angle between the two. So we can now say if the angle between the guard and the player is less than the view angle over 2, then we've passed the second check, and all that remains is to see if the line of sight to the player is blocked by an obstacle. So to do that, I'm going to cast a ray from the guard's position to the player's position with a mask to pick up only obstacles, and if that ray hits anything, then we know that there's an obstacle in the way. So I'm going to create a layer mask.
What? I'm so confused. Alright, I think I'm gonna end that episode here. It's like 2 a.m., so I think I'm gonna end that episode here. And that should have been episode 14. Yes. Right, and you will all see me tomorrow. Yeah. Yeah. Alright, good night.